We are Steve and Jill. Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show,
We answer that and more. Jack and Jill here.
Hello.
Welcome to the Land Academy Show, entertaining land investment talk. I'm Steve and Jack Butella.
And I'm Jill DeWitt, broadcasting from the Valley of the Sun.
Today's Jill Friday, and she's going to talk about how to motivate title agents through the holidays.
And your partner.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And your children.
Yeah.
Or whoever else is in your life. Holidays have always been a strange thing. It's like people don't really want to work. Everybody's taking time off. Things theoretically slow down.
Your employees.
Then you have a whole special group of people who, your employees, a whole special group of people that
want to slack.
Well, that are like, they see the time, entrepreneurial type people see the time to do research and want to get ready for the January 1st to bust it out.
You know, it's interesting. No, I think people like us, entrepreneurs, we don't even know it's the holidays. That's really what happens.
That's right.
You're in it. Someone's like, oh, what, sweetheart, today's Thanksgiving. What? What are you talking about?
I've always been like that.
I know. That's what I'm saying. You're my example. And I know there's plenty of other people in Land Academy that are the same way, that those of us are like, so that's part of the problem and why we need to talk about this. Because if you're like me, it's just another day. It's just another week. It's just another month. And what you do know is, though, it's the end of the year. So now I might be strategic for taxes. Why? Because I own my company. I'm thinking about these things. Now, the people on the other side that are working for you, they don't think about this stuff. And you got to keep them on track.
Before we get into it, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the landinvestors.com online community. It's free. Back in the day, it was nearly, I don't want to sound like an old man here, but I really kind of am. It was nearly impossible to find land without a mailing address like 123 Main Street. To solve this problem, Jill and I put together a database and wrote a internet interface to help you input the assessor's parcel number and the county and state where the property is located and find the property very, very quickly. We spent months sometimes trying to find property to decide if we should buy it back in the day. It's called parcelfact.com. Check it out.
Okay. Greg wrote, today I went off to the bank and wired in the payoff amount for a home mortgage. 30-year loan paid off in 8 years. Oh, that's great. I pulled the last few $1,000s I needed from my land business account. Thank you, everyone, for your support and information to enable me to reach this goal. How great is that? Was that in the Discord success area?
Yeah, it was in there today.
Oh, that's so good. It's like, what an amazing feeling to go, I don't have to think about this.
I remember when my first mortgage was paid off.
That's awesome.
There's a few milestones that feels just that great.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I sold the house, made a ton of money, and then went and got a mortgage and bought another one, and then felt like crap about myself. But
do you know what'd be funny? You know what's interesting about this? In England, this would be a reason. I think it's England that you would do this. This is when they paint their doors red.
So that's a worldwide thing.
Oh, it is a worldwide thing.
If you have a red front door, your mortgage is paid off. Or you have no debt.
Which could be an indication for burglars that you have money to invest in, that you have other valuables around since you don't have a mortgage to pay. So maybe don't paint your door red anymore.
I've always been fascinated with this concept. Like, what if, you put a green dot on your car if it's paid for? Or what if you have the back of your head, there's a little shaved hole in there if you're debt free?
Well, you do it with a wedding ring.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So what's the difference?
That's what I mean. So some things have this, you're advertising this stuff like a bumper sticker, and then some things no.
That's kind of funny.
And then let's take it a couple of steps further before Jill gets into it. What if we all get an IQ test and, we have
should be something.
A stripe on the back of our right shoulder
or like on your hand. Like, I like that. Maybe the number of fingers you have left is how you want to do on the test. I don't know. You can't hire that guy. He's down 4 fingers.
I've been thinking about this concept since at a very young age. We all need to stand shoulder to shoulder and just maybe you're good at math. And maybe another person's great at, it's, not good at math, but amazing at, sales or management, or I don't know.
It's kind of funny. All right.
Today's Jill Friday. She's going to talk about how to motivate title agents through the holidays. This is the meat of the show.
This is a thing. This is real. You know what I'm talking about. So here's the first thing. Back even before you acquired this agent, you should have asked and confirmed and double checked with their schedule a good closing date. Let me give you an example. It's December 1. And you're calling Susie at ABC Title, who you've done many deals with. And Susie normally gets your stuff done in 24 days, right? And those are real days, not business days. 24 days, because Susie's on it. Sometimes we do 5 and 7 days, but we won't go there. That's another show. But Susie says 24 days, but that's Christmas. Susie, so you need to go, hold on a moment, Susie. Let's take a step back here. Let's look at the calendar together. Are you here this whole month? What days off are you taking? And you need to, so back then, I'm telling you now, because it's December, what is this? December 16th. This is I'm actually glad that we're doing this today. So it's December 16th, and you're calling, let's just even say you're calling, well, let me finish my first thing and I'll jump into this one. So back when you started this though, it was December 1, and you had a good conversation with Susie about what was realistic for her and her company to get it done, because you wanted it done in 2022. So that would have been step 1. So you can pre-plan this for next year. But let's just say it really is today, December 16th, and this deal landed in your lap. Like, oh my gosh, can I get it done? And the question's maybe, but you got to start with step 1, which is call everybody now, because Susie may or may not be available, but call every darn person that you know. And I'm going to argue that on December 16th, you still could find an agent right now that can get it done between now and the end of the year, but you want to get it in 2022. Why? Their workload is lighter, a lot lighter than it was a year ago, right? We all know that. We see that. Number 2, hopefully she's working, that whole period. So if you got those 2 things going for you, you stand a chance. So let's assume you did all that. So we're in good shape. So how do I keep her on track? Well, find out how she likes to communicate. Number 1, I would say, are you an email person? Are you a phone call person? Are you a text person? Do I, whatever it is, maybe you share, maybe there's some title companies even now have like a shared database where you can log in and communicate with them. So maybe it's even, so it's kind of like, it's a service that I've seen. So don't, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole too far right now, but there's some situations that are popping up where that's a possibility, or that's how you're communicating. Kind of like how I coordinate with my transaction coordinator in Airtable, where it's just messages back and forth. So whatever it is, find out what's best for them, not for you. And then you adopt their schedule, because our goal right now is to keep them on track to get this deal done on time. So and then the next thing is, I want you to stay on them more than you normally do. Normally for us, it's like 2 times a week, we're touching everybody in the deal. The transaction coordinator, my transaction is reaching out, the title company reaching out to the seller, because we need to get this done. I don't want anybody to change in their minds. Or maybe it's the buyer. Actually, for me, I'm not really talking to the buyer, but maybe I am. But anyway, with the escrow folks, I want you to up it. If it's 2 times a week, I want it to be 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And you're constantly reminding them, are we on track for the 28th? Are we on track for the 28th? Those are the conversations you guys should be having. And then lastly, let them know how you appreciate them. Let them, what? I know you're working hard on this. Are you guys, what's going on in the office? What kind of treats can I send your way? What do you guys like? Oh, and do it and follow through. You really have something, you want to get it done. Susie's having to pull some strings for you. Don't wait till it closes. Send it now to make sure it closes. Give her a nice reward, nice treat, big deal. You're going to spend $35 or $50 at C's Candy and have a nice 2-pound box of nuts and chews show up, because I know exactly.
Nuts and chews?
Yeah, don't even go there. If you know C's Candy, you know what I'm talking about. So I want that to arrive on time for Susie and her team, and on the end of her desk. I want you to put that on the end of the desk, and I want everybody who's involved in this to make sure they get a piece of candy every day, and your deal will close. I'm not
My
kidding.
God, you're right. That's actually, that stuff works.
It does work. You tell them that, and you're their best friend now. So and that's it. You want to ask me some questions?
No, I've never had any success motivating a title agent in my life. So no, I have nothing to add.
You know what else? Here, I'll make one last point. If you want this to close on time, you do everything I just said. There's one more tip. Do not call her mad about anything. If anything, are in so much communication. You know if somebody's not doing something and you're doing it. The seller has not got back to me and I'm swamped. You know what, Susie? Don't even worry about it. I'll call them. I'll get that dumb document. Give me 2 hours kind of thing. And then you track them down, or your team track them down. You help her. You guys are a team right now. The reason we need to close this by the end of the year is because it's the end of the year and there's tax reasons we're doing it this way. Maybe you don't want to close by the end of the year. That's a whole different thing, and we'll talk about that in January. That'd be kind of funny. But sometimes you want things to kind of drag their feet, and that's easy to do. You can just change the date. But anyway, I hope that helps you. This is a big deal.
You can get it done. That's Jill's point. Mm-hmm. You just got to handle it correctly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Take care of your people. You know, and that works for your staff too. Hey guys, we got a big project. You know what I even do for our staff? If there's a big project, I do this a lot. Like, you know, I'm paying for lunch today. It keeps everybody at their desks, by the way. And it's like, pick out what you want. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You want a whole sandwich and a soup and a salad? I don't really care. Knock yourself out. And you're taking half home for dinner? Good for you. Because I got you. You're staying in the office for me and helping me do this. So take care of your team. Take care of your people. And it goes a long way. Happy you could join us today. 5 days a week. You can find us here on the Land Academy Show.
Join us next week for another interesting episode, because you are not alone in your real estate ambition.
I'm passionate about taking care of these people.
Another year gone.
Almost.
It was a good year. We had a great year.
We had a great year. I'm excited. I'm excited for stuff coming up for 2023.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. We're not done. We're not signing off yet. We're going to be here for another, some more shows, but we are going to change the format in 2023, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too.
It's going to be awesome. We are Jack and Jill.
Information
and inspiration
to buy undervalued property.
We hope you found our content valuable, and we appreciate your support. If you have not already, please check out our channel and hit the subscribe button.
And your comments and suggestions help us to create the content you're here for. Hitting the like button helps to support our channel's algorithm and gauge your interest for future shows.